What's up? This is Ray. Welcome back. Hey, check this out. We got a cool episode. We're going to be checking out the Lomography Digitaliza scanning mask kit. And this is very important if you're into analog film photography and you're doing your own scanning, because it gives you two options that you wouldn't have with the standard holder that comes with your scanner. Most importantly, it holds the film by the very edges so you can scan the entire negative, including the sprocket holes. And if you're doing a medium format film, you'll be scanning the edges if you want to have the name of the film on the outside. And that's a really cool look. It's also very important if you're using the type of camera like the sprocket rocket that allows you to shoot the entire negative in wide format. Unless you have this to scan that film, you're not getting the most out of it. So yeah, if you're curious about getting a more accurate scan of your negatives, check out this review, check out this kit, the Lomography Digitaliza in 35mm and medium format. Stay tuned. All right, so here's the deal. You're probably wondering, what's the big deal if you already have a scanner tray? The difference is, most times when you develop your film, it has this bow to it, like a rainbow type of curve. And when you put it in that scanner tray, it doesn't lay flat, and sometimes that affects the scanner's focus. The scanner may be focused more on one point than the higher part of the film. So the important part to know about the Digitaliza is it comes with this stainless steel plate on the bottom and this magnetized rail on the top, and it squeezes the film flat in between it and then clamps it down in place so it holds the film flatter. It's not perfectly flat. You'll still see a slight bow in it, but it's very important if you're working with film that has a strong bow in it. The next advantage I want to show you is, look at this image of the film with the sprocket holes on it. Isn't it really cool? Normally, if you try to put the film directly on the scanner bed glass, it's not the perfect scan. The scanner is meant to scan a slight millimeters above the glass bed, and that's what this tray does. It raises the film slightly, and of course it makes it flat, and also allows you to get the cool sprockets if that's what you're looking for. Those are the two main advantages of the Digitaliza kit. Okay, so check this out. This kit comes in 3 pieces, and so that means there's a little more complexity in using it. You want to have a little more care, and especially since we know that scanning film, dust is a big problem. So there's 2 parts of this kit that will be touching the film. The stainless steel bottom is going to be pressing along the bottom, and this flat magnetic rail is going to be pressing on the top. So it is very important before you start anything to wipe this down clean with a lint-free cloth, blow it with your rocket air, and do the same thing with this side of the rail, magnetic rail. Clean it, blow it dry, and put it where dust won't get on it. That's the first thing. The stainless steel rail has these six prongs on it, which will fit into the 6 notches onto the Digitaliza. So you're just going to sit it right on top. Then you place your film directly on top. Make sure it's lined up well. Next thing you're going to do is take this magnetic rail. Notice it has 4 holes in it, which line up on these prongs on the kit. You're going to line them up. The magnet is pretty strong. It's going to slam onto the thing. And finally, this piece here, this top piece, is going to clamp down and hold the very edges of the film, so that way you can pull off the magnetic rail. And here's the stainless steel back that falls off. So all you have left is, of course, the film held in place, showing the sprockets. And it's important, what I always do before I put it in the scanner is to blow it one more time, just to make sure there's no dust on it. That's always a good example. So as you can see, there's a few more steps, but the benefits are important. If it's images that you care about, you're going to take the time to do those extra steps, because you're going to get a better image in the end. All right, there's something very important I need to tell you about this kit. There's a troubleshooting problem I had that I had to figure out on my own. First time I put this digitalizer on my scanning bed of my Epson V600, it wouldn't recognize it. It kept giving me an error message saying I need to remove the flat bed scanning thing. It thought I was scanning a flat sheet of paper. And it took me a long time of troubleshooting to realize that if I push this digitalizer all the way up to the front top of the scanner, it won't recognize it. What I found was if I slide it down a little bit and leave a little bit of gap between the top and the front of this digitalizer, the scanner immediately recognized it and it scanned perfectly. I wish that was somewhere in the manual. I didn't see anyone talk about this online or anything. And another thing to keep in mind is when you do slide it down, there's always a chance that you're gonna move the digitalizer not perfectly vertical. So what I do is there's a white strip beneath the glass, and I close one eye and I eye it just to make sure the edge of this is perfectly lined up with that white strip before I scan. And once I figured that out, I didn't have any more problems. So keep those things in mind when using this kit. Okay, so I mentioned that this doesn't just come in 35mm, it also comes in 120 medium format, which is this here. And it works great also. One thing I noticed though is it's not as accurate as keeping the film flat. If you have a film with a lot of bow in it, this will squeeze it flat and clamp it. But once you take the magnet off, the bow will slightly rise, more than I expected it to. And that was kind of a disappointment, but it is still better than using the one that comes with your normal scanner still. All right, so that is my review of the Lomography Digitaliza in 35mm and medium format. If I probably didn't mention it, but the price of these, the 35mm is about $35 and the medium format is about $45. And I'm gonna put a link below to Lomography's Amazon store where you can get these. And one interesting thing is these are in high demand. And a lot of times they're out of stock. So if you click that link and you don't see it available on the Amazon store, just give it some time. They usually will have it back. And I actually had to wait to order this one as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, and keep in mind, no matter how you process your film, how you scan it, and how you do your artwork and photography, until next time, as always, keep it real.